Yeah, I went heavy on the push-ups yesterday so that I could put some work in on the legs today. Hi, Nita, I see you there. I like the background you had there, Jonathan. We got a lot of people showing up for this one. We'll get another minute or so, let people get sorted. I see a few empty cans. Natalie, how's your chest feel today?
Good.
Sore?
A little.
A little, yeah.
I don't have a chalkboard to count reps, and I can't count to 300 without messing up. So I have stones from the gravel, so that
Good
every
idea.
20 I can move a stone to the other side, and when they're all on the other side, I know I did 300.
That can be your marker. Yeah. For those of you who hadn't thought of that, so you might need something to record how many you've done or something. Grab a pen and paper or some kind of markers that you can use if poker chips, something. If
what I've done before is turn 90 degrees every 25.
Yes.
Basically do a rotation.
Yeah.
No, that would not work for me either. No.
No, I just get confused. I'd be like, am I turning right or left by the time I start getting tired?
Plenty of.
Like, somebody please save me from myself.
Start getting dizzy and sore legs. Yes.
Also, guys, I don't know if this is going to be disgusting or impressive, but I still have chalk on these pants I just put on, which means I haven't washed them since I was last in the gym.
Nice.
Video.
That's a proud gym moment right there.
Yeah. It makes me miss everyone.
Can't get rid
We're
of
glad you're not here.
Okay. Let's get started, folks. Can I get everybody to mute their microphones for me, please? If you haven't yet. Just so that mine is the one that comes up predominantly. Yeah, if you're not sure how to tap your screen, then tap the mic. Perfect. Good, nice crowd today. Awesome. So on the menu for today is a fairly challenging leg workout. I want to talk about that first and foremost before we get into anything else. 300 air squats for time. And every minute, when I call on the minute, you will do 2 burpees. Okay, so I want you to start thinking about what the time structure on that looks like in your head right now. Start to imagine how many squats you think you could do in 1 minute if you were fresh as a daisy and not feeling fatigued or tired or anything from the burpees whatsoever. I know that when you get into the 2 burpees every minute, it's probably going to take 10 to 15 seconds to do those couple burpees. So you have to cut that time down a little bit more. So some of you, 300 squats in a minute might be a little bit more challenging or tougher than you want to bite off as you can chew. I know that there's probably some egos out there that'll be like, no, I can do it. And for that reason, I am time capping it at 20 minutes. When we hit the 20-minute mark, you stop wherever you're at, no matter what. But if some of you want to pick a target that seems more appropriate, then that'll be another option for you as well. Post a spotlight of your video. No, I want the grid. So you can think about how many you're going to do and how many you can do in a minute and start to come up with a strategy, okay? 300 per minute should be pretty taxing on the legs. That is the main objective of today, is to just get some steady strength work in on the legs. The RX Plus version of this is if you want to add weight, and I don't care what the weight is. You can hold a bag of sugar, you can hold a 20-pound dumbbell, you can hold anything you want. You put on a weight vest. If you want to add weight, you go ahead and add weight. I don't think many people will need that. I think you'll get just as fine a workout as it is, okay? Before we start off though, as part of the warm-up, I just want to get you running on the spot for me a little bit right now. Just a little light jog, barely moving on the spot, just so I know everybody's here. And I'll keep talking to you while we do that part. Come on, Wade.
Sorry, I just have a quick question. Did you say 300 squats per minute?
No. 300 squats
Okay.
total. And every minute on the minute, you're going to have to do 2 burpees.
Okay. I was like, that's impossible. Okay, I get it now.
How long it takes you to do that. And while I have you all running here, if you don't have a timer that you can start when I say 3, 2, 1, go, and keep track of the time yourself, you can run over to the camera for me and wave to me. I'll call out the time to give you at least an approximation of where we're at, all right? Last week I started something in the warm-up just to have something a little bit different. I was doing the karate warm-up, and we are going to continue that today. So what that means is we're going to do a few kicks on the left side, a few kicks on the right side, a couple of left-right punch combos. Yeah, try not to, if you're doing this one in a room with someone, try not to kick them across the room, maybe, Jen and James. But let's get started on that piece now. So, just in a standing position, from where you're standing, I'm going to tilt my camera a little bit lower. You can stand now. Bring your right knee up, and then kick forward. And when you bring that leg down, it goes down behind you, okay? So your stance is a little bit staggered leg to leg. I don't know if you can see my legs from there and get everything in, but starting from a staggered position, the knee comes up, and then you kick out and back. Okay, let's practice one with the right leg. So your right leg is back, knee up, and kick out. If you want to take this to the next level, you're actually trying to kick so that the ball of your foot or the bottom of your foot is straight out. So you can watch my foot in that position there. And we're going to do 10 on the left side and then 10 on the right side. And I'm going to count them out, and we're going to go fairly slow the first round, but we'll increase the speed each round. So starting with the right leg, we're going to do 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, knee nice and high, 7, hands up if you want, fighting stance, 8, 9, 10. Good, and left leg. Remember to try to get that knee high and flick that foot out. Ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. The next piece we're going to do is going to be with our fists, and it's going to be a left-right combo. Okay? So with your left hand in front of your right hand in your fighting stance, when you throw the left, you will shift your hips to the left. When you throw the right, you'll shift your hips back to the right. Okay? Let's practice one, left, right. Okay? When I count it off, you go left and then right. Ready? 1, 2, turn the whole torso. 3, punch straight in front of you. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now, next kick we're going to do is going to be a little more challenging. This one is the side kick. So from the same position, where you have your right leg back and your left leg forward, you'll bring the knee up and then push it out to the side. Other side, you'll bring the leg straight up and you'll lean back to the left foot, to the right foot, and kick to the side. Okay, watch me do it one more time. I come through, kick, and back. I come up, kick, and back. Okay? We're going to start with the right leg, and I'm going to count them off. Right, then left. We're doing 5 on each leg. Ready? 1, 2. So it's the opposite leg now. 3. Switching legs every time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay, we're going back to the front kick now, and we're going to pick up the pace a little bit. Left leg forward, right leg back. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch legs. Ready? 1, 2, straight out in front. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fighting stance, hands up. Going left, right on each one. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Left leg forward, right leg back. Starting with the right leg on the side kicks. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, this is the speed round. Round 3, I'm going to count it off quite fast. You just try and keep up as much as you can. If you don't get to 10 by the time we switch, switch anyway. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, knee up, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch legs. Ready? 1, 2, 3, hands up, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fighting stance. Ready? Left, right combos. 1, 2, 3. Turn those hips. 4, 5. Full body. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Left leg forward, right leg back. Side kicks. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Turn the butt into it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Grab a drink of water. Catch your breath a bit. Grab a drink of water. Come on back to the screen. I like that warm up. Excellent job, folks. It's fun. It's a fun one. So we are going to do a little mini core routine before we get into today's main event. What's going to happen is you're going to do 30 seconds worth of 3 different movements and then 30 seconds rest. And we're going to do 3 rounds of it. The very first movement is just going to be a leg raise. So you will be laying on your back with your hands flat at your side, and you're just going to raise your legs up to 90 degrees. Can everyone try one for me, please? Yeah, it's just legs coming up. Good. To make this more challenging, if you don't want to touch your heels between reps, then it will be more difficult. If you do touch your heels between reps, that's fine too. It's just something you can add in as an extra challenge. Now the second movement, you're going to roll over onto your stomach, please. And then from this position with your hands out in front of you, you're going to have your feet together and you're going to lift yourself up to a Superman position. Ryan, you guys got to flip over. Feet together, arms out, and try and engage the lats, like you're pulling your armpits down towards your hips as well, and then down. And then up, and then down. Good, and we're going to do that one for 30 seconds. The third one, you're going to flip back over to your back, And with your arms in a hollow position, you're going to do flutter kicks for 30 seconds. Flutter kicks is just a very small transition with the feet going back and forth. Please give me 5 flutter kicks to start off. A little bit of flutter. And relax and just sit up for me, please. Okay, so the way this one works, it's 30 seconds of each of the movements, leg raise, then Supermans, then flutter kicks, and then 30 seconds rest. And we're gonna do 3 rounds total. Does anybody have any questions? Unmute yourself and ask now if you do.
What did you mean by touch your heels in the first movement?
So on the leg raise, when you're doing consistent leg raises over and repetitively.
Oh, sorry, I thought just meant to hold it.
To the ground. Make sense?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yes. It's more challenging if you don't touch your heels to the ground. If you have to touch your heels to the ground because you feel like your low back is starting to tighten up, that's fine as well. Okay. All right, so 30 seconds of each movement. I'll call out the time, and then a 30-second rest. Ready to start round 1 in 3, 2, 1, and leg raises, please. Leg raise. Both legs at the same time if you can, Mare. There you go. That's 10 seconds. Think about your core staying nice and tight. Ten more seconds. If you have to rest early, that's fine too. And 3, 2, 1. Switch to your stomachs. And we are doing Supermans, and you just go up and down at your own pace. When you come up, squeeze the butt, feet together. I really like having your feet together on this one because it opens up the hips. That's an important aspect of this. Squeeze your hamstrings, glutes, low back, shoulder blades squeeze together, and switch. Flutter kicks to finish. Flip to your back. Legs flexed, toes pointed on this if you can. If you can keep your shoulder blades off the ground in a hollow position. If you find that it's too much, slip your hands underneath your low back if you need to. Good, it looks really good. We got 5 more seconds. Try hang in there. 3, 2, 1, and 30 seconds rest. And just sit up or relax, catch your breath, just breathe.
What's a suitable progression for the leg raise? Because if I try and raise my feet, my head and shoulders come off the ground because my feet are too heavy apparently.
Possibly if you could hold something above your head or put your hand, tuck your hands underneath the small of your back.
Okay.
All right, ready and go. Round 2, leg raise. Ten more seconds. Switching in 3, 2, 1. Supermans. Feet together. Try to get your knees, straight legs off the ground. Just like the hollow position, but it is the opposite. Nice flex up at the top. 10 more seconds. Feet together, Alan, if you can. 3, 2, 1. Flutter kicks. If you can do these from the hollow position, I love it. If you need to tuck your hands underneath because you're starting to arch your back, then I do want you to use that as a scaled progression. I see a lot of feet in the air on my screen. 10 seconds, hang in there. And 3, 2, 1, rest. One more round. Little core burner here. What do you got going on there, Pete? You vacuuming something? Had a spill? No. In 10 seconds, we're starting the third round. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Leg raises. Try to keep your legs as straight as possible. No bend in the knee. Toes pointed, quads flexed. Ten seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Supermans. Switching to the Supermans. Nice and stiff on these. It's not a flop. You got to have control. This is your extension position in gymnastics. Show your thoracic mobility. And 3, 2, 1. Last round of flutter kicks. Here we go. Toes pointed here, legs flexed. Keep it tight. Ten seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. And just come on up to a seated position for me. So before we get started on our squat workout of the day, I do want to take you through some hip openers just to make sure that everybody's hips are feeling good. Our legs should be fairly warm after all of that stuff. But I do just want to make sure that nobody's too super tight. Most of you will know this progression. It is the series of hip stretches that I usually do every time we're about to squat, but I am going to lead you through it either way, okay? So I'm just gonna set my camera and hopefully you can see me on the floor from this position, maybe a little lower. So you're going to have one leg forward, one leg back. Your hand is going to be on your foot with your elbow just inside your knee. You're just going to be applying gentle pressure with the elbow. And you kind of rock back and forth. Most of you know this one already. I think it's technically called lizard or something. Just come on into that stretch for me. Go ahead and start if you haven't. Yeah. Now taking the same hand that's on your foot, and you're going to bring it across so that your elbow is in front of your shin. And same thing, you're going to rock in that position. I'm doing about 10 to 12 seconds per pose on this stretch routine here, if you want to count in your head. Now the next one, you're going to walk your hands to the inside. Reach back, push with one hand on that knee. The same thing, just kind of rock back and forth. Bring your hand back down to the ground. Push yourself backwards. Straighten the front leg. And just lean forward and feel a little hamstring stretch in that position there. So now taking your front leg, flatten that foot right onto the ground, and slowly push the knee over top of your toes with keeping your heel on the ground just to mobilize the ankle a little bit. And then ease off. And we're going to switch legs. Left leg in front now. Hand on your palm. Knee in line with the toes. Just pushing with the elbow. Open up the hips. Opposite side now. Take that hand, bring it across so that your elbow is in front of your shin. Same thing, rocking. Take that hand and walk it back to the other side and reach back, push on the knee, just open up the hips. Bring that hand back to the ground, push yourself back slowly. Straighten the front leg, lean forward, stretch the hamstring. Try and just lean forward through the hips here so you're not arching through your back, not rounding your back, just lean forward through the hips. Now flatten that foot out that's in the front. Let your knee come over top of your heel, over top of your toes, but keep the heel on the ground. And just move a little bit here to mobilize that ankle. And then come on back up to your feet. Shake the legs out. Good. Let's talk about squat mechanics very briefly for a moment. Come within, make sure you're within volume range of the camera for me. And what I want you to do is I would like you to squat down, and I want you to be in a position where your weight is on the balls of your feet. So your heels can be off the ground. Go ahead and squat down so you're on the balls of your feet. And what I want you thinking about when you're in this position with your heels up is what joint is bearing the majority of the weight. Everybody know? Point at it if you know. The knees. And that's not what we want. Okay? Now, is the knee involved in the movement? Yes, of course. But I don't want the knee, go ahead and relax. I don't want the knee to be bearing all of the weight. That is the hip's job. And one of the ways that you can ensure that the hip is doing its share of the work is by making sure your heels stay on the ground and that the weight is evenly distributed throughout the foot. So let's just drop down into the bottom of a squat and hold that position, please. Just hold down there. Chest should be nice and high. Excellent. Nice flat feet. Good. That is a good bottom squat position. And go ahead, stand and relax. One of the other pieces that I talk to people about when I'm looking at their squat is the distance between their feet. You can just watch my screen for a minute. If somebody's feet are too narrow when they try to do a squat, it doesn't give their hips and pelvis anywhere to go. So what ends up happening when they start squatting is the knees can only go forward. If somebody has a little bit of a wider squat, and sometimes this really helps, now my hips have somewhere to go. My hips can go between my heels when I start to descend down. So if you find yourself squatting flat, and what that would look like is someone's back would squat like this because the hips have nowhere to go except for back, you can widen the feet and it'll give you a little bit more room to have your pelvis come down in between your ankles. Okay, so if you find yourself always squatting flat where your chest just seems to drop on every squat, try and widen your feet a little bit and see if it can get you a little bit more upright. Okay. Does everybody have their timers or markers for rep counts that they might need? I'll give you 1 minute to grab whatever you might need for that and set it up.
Are you gonna, sorry, Aaron, are you gonna be calling out when we need to drop into our burpees? Okay.
I will call out when you need to drop for burpees. If you come over and wave at the screen, if you don't have a timer, I should be able to call out the time for you, but I might miss it because I am watching 30 people at the same time. So. Okay. Give me a thumbs up to the camera if you're ready, please. Thumbs ups, thumbs ups. Brendan, you ready? You might be frozen on my screen. Ready, okay, awesome. All right, so it is 300 squats. Every minute on the minute, you will do 2 burpees. If you want to play music during this time, you can. We're not playing music on the recording because we start getting copyright infringed on the on our YouTube channel. So you'll have to play your own tunes for today. Ryan's busting out the weight vest. I love it. All right, everyone ready? Starting in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. Oh, there's some good looking squats. Make sure when you stand all the way up at the top, squeeze your glutes at the top, full range of motion. That's 30 seconds, just so you know. Yeah, head up, chest up, good. Find yourself a nice rhythm. This is a long one. Ten seconds till burpees. And 3, 2, 1, 2 burpees, please, 2 burpees. And then right back to the squats. Make sure you're dropping so that the crease of your hips is going below the knee. We're 90 seconds in now. $140. 15 seconds till burpees. Burpees in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 burpees. Something to think about when you're squatting. The hips only go back a couple inches. After they've gone back a couple inches, they go straight down like they're on an elevator. You don't want to just push your butt out too far. That's a hinge. Hips go back a couple inches, and then you try to bring them to your heels. $15 seconds. And burpees in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burpees. You guys are killing it. Doing great. Yeah, shake those legs out. Keep going. Think about the weight being nice and even in the foot as you descend down. The entire foot helping you, driving off the whole foot. You don't want to be too much heel. You don't want to be too much ball of the foot. You want a nice flat foot. 330. Make sure you're going low enough on each one. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burpees. Find your rhythm. These type of workouts, it is mental endurance for sure. If you haven't been doing lots of home workouts, lots of squatting, I don't want you to destroy your legs with this one. I want you to pick a number or listen to your body, and when you feel like that's plenty for today, that's plenty for today. Everybody wants to be able to walk tomorrow. This is the type of workout you build up to, you don't just jump into. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burpees. We're just past the 5-minute mark now. $15 seconds. Some great looking squats out there. Squat booty was not built in a day. It's a castle. 3, 2, 1. Burpees. Good, nice job, folks. Keep that chest high. Don't let that chest sink too much. Your shoulders should not be going past your knees. $10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Burpees. We just passed the 7-minute mark. You can do some quick math in your head if you've been planning this one out. Seven and a half. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burpees. You gotta love workouts where burpees feel like the break. We're at the 8:30 mark now. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burpees. Very similar to yesterday's workout, this workout can become very humbling, where you think that you're just going to bang off a whole bunch of squats And then suddenly it gets real challenging. There's definitely some mental game being played with a workout like this. As I'm descending down, I try and feel my feet. I want to feel my feet into the ground and drive off of my feet when I push myself back up. Being very aware of where my weight is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Sam, we'll see you. Great job. We just passed the 10-minute mark, halfway to our time cap. Make sure you're squeezing your butt at the top of that squat. Gives your quads a little break for a second. Keeps the glutes engaged. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burpees. This is our 11-minute mark now. These are pain-free movements only. You start feeling a twinge in your knee or in your hip or somewhere that it just doesn't feel right, I want you to stop immediately.
Time, Aaron.
Hey, Alan. Good, done? 11:49. Probably closer to 11:45, actually. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burpees. Just get some stretches in, Alan. You can mute yourself again for me, please.
Aaron, I gotta stop. My back is getting tight.
Okay. If you are feeling like tight, you're ready to pack it in for today. I do want some quad stretches, some quad mobility work.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. $12:45 we're at now. And we go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burpees. Oh yeah. Squat booty for days here. If you've finished, catch your breath, grab a drink, get some stretches in. A lot of people today.
Squat, 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 squat.
Leah making a rare appearance here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burpees. 2 burps, 2 burps. We are at the 14-minute mark now. Pigeon pose is another great stretch you can be doing after this one. Hamstring stretch, couch stretch. My computer. And burpees. 2 burps again. Just past the 15-minute mark. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burpees. Nice work, folks. Good job, Jonas. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burpees. What? 17:30 the time we're at now. Couple minutes for that time cap. Do a pigeon pose, get a nice stretch in. If you got something, you can do a foam roll with your legs, anything like that. You got 17:48 there, Matthew. By the time I saw you, it might be a little earlier than that.
I got 35 on my clock, so I'll go.
What's that?
I got 35 on my clock, so I'll
okay, yeah, that's probably about right. I didn't notice it up there. I got a whole screen of people here. Burpees. Really awesome job. Most of you folks there look good. Really happy with the way the squats look. The one thing I quite like about this format is I get to talk and you get to feel it. Done, Mare? Nice job. 18:32. All right. Do we get anybody still going? I think we're good now. Come on over to your mic and unmute it for me, please. Awesome. The legs. What legs? Yes. Legs going.
Ask me tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know these last couple days have been fairly spicy. I knew it was going to be heavy on the chest yesterday and then heavy on the legs today, but feels good to be sore, right? Yeah. If I'm not sore somewhere, then something feels kind of weird. So you guys did a great job today. I would like to end things off. Leah gave me this idea. If you have the ability to type into chat, just something that you're thankful for over the course of this quarantine. If each person could just type it into everyone. If you can't think of something, that's fine. But if you can think of something, something you appreciate, or I know for me, I'm very appreciative of having a partner that I can stay in the house with. Right? I can't imagine if we didn't get along as well as Leah and I do, that how tough it would be. So yes, no more commute. Awesome. That's a good one.
Hey, Aaron's just fishing for compliments.
Thankful for Davidson being in Canada, definitely. Wine. Thankful for the dogs. This is like dog heaven we've been living in since this started. The dogs are loving it.
I know 3 people that got puppies during this.
Yes, yeah. You know, some good timing. Good timing through there. Sunshine and walks. Awesome.
Yeah, kids or something. That was the times.
Yes, having a job that's pandemic proof is something that people are actually thinking about now. Yeah. Awesome. All right, come on in here for a clap, folks. Coming in close. Hands up. We had an amazing one last night at the 6 o'clock class. It was timed perfectly. I want to try and emulate it. So on my hands, ready, we're going. 3, 2, 1. That was pretty good. So awesome. As usual, thanks for coming. I appreciate everyone showing up and working hard. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thanks, Aaron. Have a good day, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Hi.
Aaron, you still there?
I am.
When you're doing those leg raises,
Yes?
I get like, man, that was like a lot of tension in my low back when I do that.
Yeah.
Something I can, besides doing more of those, something I could do it just seems like it was such an acute stretch that maybe something should be done about it.
Yeah. So a couple things on that. You'll notice that the low back arching starts when your legs get closer to the ground, correct?
Well, it's not even the arch. It was just like that whole, that level of discomfort was like, holy shit.
So see how, just hold your legs a couple inches above the ground.
Okay.
You feel like your low back is arching badly right there?
Yes.
Yes. So that's the part I want to try and take away. Okay.
Right.
So bring your feet up to 90 degrees again. And now I only want you to lower to the angle where you don't have that arch, and then return. And then come right back up to 90 degrees.
Okay.
That's the type of leg raise I'd want you to do because what's happening is your core is losing its stability a little bit, and the back's trying to take over.
I see what that is. Okay.
Another option for that is to reach and grab something above the top of your head.
Yeah.
Right? Like normally at the gym, I'd get someone to hold on to the rig itself.
Yeah, I like